What is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and I am doing this commentary on the second channel right now because I just wanted to rant. I didn't feel like putting this on the main channel, so you know what? Anybody who subscribed here or you click on this, you get some extra content. So that is why this channel was made. But what am I talking about today, or what am I ranting about? Well, two things, and they both have to do with my apartment complex. So number one, I'm going to try and teach you all some things as well, too. Some things that should be common sense, but I want to reiterate to you, as an adult trying to talk to other people as well. Now, I still have a lot to learn, but I've also learned quite a lot in this lifetime, and one of them is I've tried this a few times, and without a doubt, this is the last time I'm doing it. Do not trust anyone else with your mail, with your packages, anything like that. Take them straight to the mailbox. If you don't take them to the mailbox or anywhere secured, you drop them off at the place they're supposed to be, whether it be DHL, USPS, UPS, FedEx, whatever it is. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'll put it to you like this, all right? Last week, I ended up buying something on eBay. It didn't work out quite the way it should have been. So I talked with the seller. The seller was super awesome. We decided to do a refund, and he said, please send it to me as soon as possible. Here's a return label. He sent it to me last Thursday. I went home, printed off the return label, attached it to the box that I put the thing in that I bought and everything, taped it up real well, and I took it over to the office for my apartment, right? Now, I asked them, where can I drop off stuff for FedEx? Can I go to, like, the place next door? And they're like, oh, well, we're not 100% sure, but actually just leave it with us, just put it right here, and FedEx is going to come over tomorrow and pick it up. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just try it. I shouldn't have done that, because you know what, they offered to do it with, they offered one time in the past before to handle my mail, and I said, you know what, no, I'm going to take the 5-minute walk and I'm going to send off my mail by myself. I didn't want to drive that night. That was a mistake, because what ended up happening, so it was Thursday night, right? This is what ended up happening. It's Tuesday now. I had to go to the office again because I ended up getting a game. I actually got Rare Replay. I'm holding it right now, although maybe you all can hear the shaking because there's like something moving in there. I don't even know. Part of the case fell off. Anyways, I went ahead and I bought Rare Replay, and it was shipped to me via UPS. Now, the way this apartment complex works is that UPS and FedEx and all those other places are not allowed to leave packages outside of your door. They have to go either in your mailbox, in a mailbox cubby, or they go to the office where you have to go in and physically pick them up. So I went in there, I went to pick up my game, and I noticed there was a box in the corner right in front of the chick's desk right there that looked familiar. And I looked at the label, and it had my name on it. So when she came back, she got me my game. I asked, why has this box not been sent off? And she said, oh, you know what? I'm so sorry, but FedEx couldn't take it. And I asked, why couldn't FedEx take it? And she said, oh, well, you know what? They're pissed at us for whatever reason because we got mad at them because they were leaving packages over on people's doorsteps and we told them they can't do it. But for some reason, they came in and we told them to take the package. They said, no, this guy needs to come over and drop it off. So for some reason, they didn't take it even though they've taken the packages before. And I asked her, why didn't you contact me? Like, if this was an important package, because here's the thing, I like to be very punctual and very fast with all of my shipments and all that. I like it when people like to deal with me when it comes to shipments, whether it be on eBay or, you know, any other site that I use. I don't like it when something like this holds up the mail, and normally people are quite apologetic and everything, but I still try to provide the best customer service for my customers and everything on whatever platform it is. So I asked her, why didn't you all contact me? And she said, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot. We didn't call you, or we didn't email you either. Yeah, we had your info and everything, but we kept forgetting. And I'm like, so wait a minute. I gave this to you all Thursday night. You all probably found out on Friday morning or Friday afternoon that you all couldn't take it. So it was sitting there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So my package sat there for 5 days while people were coming and going, and it was just sitting there out in the open. Now thinking about it, somebody could have easily taken it, but nobody's going to do that when the office is just right there. But what I'm trying to say here, what really annoyed me is that she said they forgot, and I'm like, okay, first off, if it's rent, you all have no issue contacting me. And second, the package was literally right in front of her desk. Like, I'm not kidding you guys, right in front of her desk. I don't know how she forgot about it for so long. So I just asked him immediately. I said, where can I drop this off right now? And she was trying to tell me where to go. She's like, do you have your phone? Just look it up on there. I found out when I actually got to not the UPS, the FedEx facility, that she was pointing the completely wrong way. I just trusted my phone on that, and I was even having some difficulties with my phone because I think the spot I was in, I was mad at the time, but the spot I was in, I didn't get the best reception, so I wasn't able to connect to my GPS network or anything like that. So yeah, I took the box and I went to UPS. It was just like a 5-minute drive, not UPS, FedEx, excuse me. It's like a 5-minute drive. They scanned it in. I drove back and I contacted the user and I explained the story, and they were like, you know what? No worries. Thank you so much for the message. We're going to get it all taken care of. But I still don't like that because, there was no reason for this to happen. Now, first off, was it my own fault for leaving it there? Yeah, it was. But I was told that FedEx would come and they would pick it up. Now, is it FedEx's fault they didn't pick it up? Yeah, it might be as well too, but I don't know what the rules and regulations are, and apparently my apartment complex doesn't have the best relationship with FedEx. I don't either, honestly. Now, is it my apartment complex's fault? It is as well too, because seriously, here's the thing, think about it, here's a scary thing. What if that was something super important? What if that was like insulin? Or something like that I was sending off, and it just sat there for 5 or 6 days. What if it was something legitimately important? Like, let's say there were some crucial documents there, and I was trusting them because, they seem very trustable and all that, and they didn't mess with the package, they didn't steal it or anything like that. They just kept forgetting. But that's what annoyed me too. And then here's another thing. When I mentioned the rent, check this out. I got home and there was a letter on my door, right? I check it out and they said, you did not pay rent this month. You need to pay your rent and you need to pay fines on top of it because you went over 3 days without paying the rent, so you are now officially late for paying rent. And I immediately walked back up to the office. I showed them the piece of paper and I asked, why am I getting this notice on my door? And she said, oh, I'm sorry. It's our computer system. And I said, I paid you all. And she asked, wait, you all paid? And I said, yes, I paid on this date. And she was looking at her computer. She's like, are you sure it wasn't this date? And I said, no, it was this date because I came in and I paid my rent and it was the exact same time I gave you this package. So now there's 2 things that they failed at. And it was the same person too. It was 2 things that they failed at. They didn't get my rent, properly chronicalized, and they didn't, what was the other thing? They didn't send out my package. So 2 of those things, or they didn't even let me know that my package couldn't get sent out. So they start looking, and here's the thing, the number, like the value of how much I was supposed to pay for rent was not even my rental like fee or anything like that. Like the number, I had never seen that before. So she was asking, she was like, okay, well, how much are you supposed to pay? And I said, I'm paying this month. Now, here's the thing, because I'm here for 3 months and I get kind of a special deal and all that. I paid a prorated rate in May and August, but June and July I paid in full. And I told her that. I said, I paid in May, I paid in June, I paid in July, and I paid for August. And every single month aside from May I paid the day of, but June, July, and August, I've paid rent on all of those months at least 1 or 2 days early. And I even said, I'll bring up my bank account right here and I will show you all that I have paid. So, she was still looking in and everything. I load up my bank account. Now, here's the thing. Because I wrote a check and all that, and then once a check goes out and everything, it goes into, like, my bank pulls it out, but they get all the information. So I even laid my phone down on the table, and I said, look at this right here. That is my check, that is my handwriting, and as you can see, the money has been pulled. So I paid my rent early. Again, I'm going to stress that, early. I will proudly say that I've never been late for paying rent. So she said, you know what, how can we contact you? Should we do it, through email or phone? What should it be? I'm getting spam with messages on Xbox. This commentary is really just super, not unprofessional, it kind of is, but it's just super laid back and all that. Like, I didn't make it professional or anything like that, so I should probably mute my TV, but I didn't, even though I had the remote in hand. But no, what ended up happening was I told her that, and she asked, okay, I'm going to run this by the manager because I can't answer this right now. How should we contact you, email or phone? And I immediately said email. I said, you email me. And then she was like, well, we're both? And I was like, you know what, both. Please call me and please email me. And that leads into my second point right here. And these are the morals of the story if you've gotten to the very end. 1, when it comes to handling your mail, always deliver it yourself. You either put it in a mailbox or you take it to the facility itself. You take it to a UPS shipping place, a FedEx shipping place, DHL, or even a post office, anything like that. Don't trust anyone, even your best friends. Don't trust them to say, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and drop it in the mail for you, because you don't know what's going to happen. Even if it's your friend could easily forget. I've seen that happen with other friends who they've trusted their friends, or I've even seen friends break off their friendships. I actually know a dude, real talk right here, like I knew a guy who he ended up sending off like 3 Xbox consoles that he modified, and his friend was all like, oh yeah, they're not friends anymore after I tell you this story, but he was just like, oh yeah, I'll go ahead and take them into town for you. He didn't hear anything from his friend, and about a week later, all these people said, hey, I never got my Xbox, what gives? He somehow found out that his friend ended up just taking the Xboxes for himself. So, yeah, that was not cool of him. And second, I learned this at work, actually. CYA. And if you don't know what CYA is, it means cover your ass. Always have a type of documentation on hand, whether it be in paper or an electronic form, such as an email or a message or a picture of some kind. Because, for example, I'm pretty sure they would have believed me, but this chick, she seemed kind of skeptical. She's like, well, I don't know if you paid at this date or anything like that. As soon as I pulled up my bank account and I showed her the pictures of those scanned used checks right there, or the check, that was me using CYA. I was covering my ass because I didn't have the check on hand since I gave it to them, but my bank was able to verify that that was my check that they cashed, and it had all the other information. And if they need any information, I'll be able to pull it up easily, so it works out quite well. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario signing off. Thank you all for watching, everyone. Thank you for listening to this nice long rant. I feel better.